Hey everyone, Enra Silver here, and welcome to episode 3 of the Build Journal for my Technological Overload Recovery Center, or TORC. In this episode, we're going to go over assembling the Welcome Center, which will be a mix of prefab and basic construction components. So let's get to it. You gotta start simple. A 24-sided circle is about as simple as you can get. Use the biodome to place two wires at a 45-degree angle from each other. Then you glitch a floor panel onto one of the wires. Snap a paver on the side closest to the far end of the wire you glitched on. Now snap another floor panel onto the paver and go around alternating triangles and floor panels. Once you're done, extend everything outward by 3 floor panels and delete all but the outermost floor panel. Repeat with the second wire and you end up with a 24-sided circle. Now that the 24-sided circle is complete, we need to bring it inward by a floor panel. When you snap a floor, the adjacent one will collide in red state, so we can snap in every other floor panel. We're also specifically switching over to concrete here. I'll go over why in a minute. Once every other floor panel has been snapped in place, we place a doorway on the inner edge of all the remaining floors, and then green state a frontage off its side and adjacency in a new floor panel, keeping everything concrete, of course. Now that we have a 24-sided circle, it's time to start on the walls. Only I want the walls to be made out of prefab windows. You can do this by adjacency from the ladder, but if you use anything other than concrete, the windows will cascade when you remove the floor. So we use concrete and avoid this issue. When I adjacency in the first 2 windows, however, my circle's too loose. Gotta tighten it up. I frontage adjacency in 2 panels, and now the windows meet. Success! Now just for giggles, I glitch in 2 other panels, a full panel inward, and adjacency windows onto them. Now you get a bit more of a merge here, but I decided to go with the first merge since it'll give me a slightly bigger circumference to my building. Another reason is the merge itself. The merge I picked had the window edges barely overlapping, so I can place pill lights in between each window and have them completely hidden. On the closer merge, the overlap is too much, and you'll be able to see the pill lights through the glass on the adjacent window. So after frontage glitching panels in all the way around the circle, I start putting in my windows. After each window I glitch in place, I place 2 pill lights, one at the top and one at the bottom on the leading edge before I glitch in the next window. Once all the first levels of windows are glitched in, I connect all the pill lights, but then realize I need a way to power them. No EM hotspot is within my base radius, so that means it's solar array time. Now I showed this during my Void Terraformer build journal, but I'll go over it again here. Cuboids have 4 snap points on their floors, which reset if you delete the cuboid. But some things that you place inside the cuboid will stay when it's deleted. Some things like, say, solar panels and batteries. I do 3 rounds of delete and replace, giving me 9 solar panels and 3 batteries. Each stack can be connected to adjacent stacks with only 1 wire. Very compact power, and can literally provide as much as you want. You just gotta keep stacking the solar panels and batteries in there. Once I get the lights powered, I delete the outer circle of floor panels, and now it's time to start on the next row of windows. Continuing to use concrete, I place frontages, any wall will work actually, all the way around the outside of the circle. I then snap floors to the outside of each frontage. I then delete each frontage and snap a short wall onto the front of each floor panel. After deleting the panels, I snap a new floor onto the bottom inner side of each short wall. This is necessary because if you go up a whole wall, the next level of windows glitch in with a small gap. This is why you need to drop each floor down a bit to make sure the windows merge on the top and bottom as well as the sides. Again, only every other floor green states, so I go around placing the floors and then adjacency in the windows on these spots. Then I place pill lights at the top of each window. Now, since I used concrete, I can go around the circle, delete the floors, and simply snap in new floors on the other spots, no glitching needed. I now work my way around the circle, glitching in the missing windows. Then I wire up the lights, and I'm really liking the green lights with the yellow windows and wood texture. Now I decide I need a third row of windows to this building, so I go around adding 2 short walls on top of the current short walls. This will get me to the correct height for the floor panels to be placed and glitch in the third row of windows. Once all the short walls are placed, I delete the lower floor panels I used to place the second row of windows, and repeat the process I used for the second row to get the third row of windows placed. Now it's time for the roof. I stack 2 more short walls on top of the already placed ones and snap floor panels to the outside of the top short wall. In order to get the floor panel with its edge right up against the windows, I have to first triangle adjacency on the outside of each panel, then delete the original panel and place one on the new spot. Then I place another full panel and then frontage it inward so its edge just reaches the window. I then snap full stairs onto each inner edge and delete the floors. Now I have to glitch in every other stair. I do this by positioning floors in the same place, but the stair now collides with adjacent stairs. So I green state a small floor panel and then adjacency to the stairs. The main thing to watch is making sure you spin the small floor panel twice or the stairs come in facing the wrong way. Now I can snap floors inward off of each stair, but again we have collision issues, so every other panel can green state, but the rest have to be glitched in. I place doorways so I can do full panel frontage adjacency, and I pick wood as my material because when 2 different colored wood pieces are glitched together, you get a pretty cool checkerboard type look, while if you do this with concrete or metal, you get a glitchy color shifting part to the panel that I think looks a bit tacky. Now, I've still got a hole in the middle of my roof, but you know what? That looks about the right size for a biodome. So I used total wire control to set a glitch point in the middle of the opening and glitched in a biodome. What do you know? Fits like a glove! I snap 4 X-shaped corridors onto the biodome and play with coloring until I get it to where I think it looks good. And then I snap a square prefab onto the outer end of one of the X-shaped corridors, but when I try to snap it onto the sides, it red states. It took me a couple of minutes to realize it was because they were colliding with the floor. Guess I gotta use a micro adjustment to raise the level of the biodome slightly, but not too much, since I still want it to be merged with the floor. I raise it up just a touch, 1/32nd of a floor panel for the math nerds in the group, and then adjacency in a new biodome. Now it's raised up enough that the rooms will green state, but it's still merged with the floors. Now, I want a gravitino ball in the spot directly between each X-shaped corridor, but the floors are actually blocking the planning sites. So I've got to go around and delete 4 floor panels, place the gravitino balls, and then glitch back in the floors. After doing some cleanup, I set up doorways all around on the bottom circles so I can glitch in the wooden floors a bit later. I then go up top and snap square prefabs onto all the corridor connections. Even though you get some overlap, all should still green state, and we're gonna make use of that overlap. Now I go around snapping large glass windows into every overlapping corner. Then I go down below again and glitch in wooden floors just like I did on the upper level, sticking with my yellow and blue color scheme, and then snap a round prefab and a ladder inside so I can get into the upper area and check out how it looks. The glass windows make it so you can see in between rooms, and you'll notice the gravitino hosts I placed in the biodome are now sandwiched between 2 glass windows. For the final touch, I need some supports for the base of the structure. I use ladders for this, snapped to each of the 4 directions on a floor panel. Now here you see that this specific panel has no snap points for the ladder. This is because if you green state a prefab room on the floor, all the ladder snap points disappear, so you then need to replace it with a brand new floor, and voila, you've got snap points. Now when assembling these, you can green state each ladder, but you have to go top to bottom. You'll also be able to delete the floors once you've got all 4 ladders snapped in place, as long as you stay with concrete. Well, that's going to do it for episode 3 of the build journal for my TORC build. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the alarm bell so you'll get notified when I drop new videos or go live. I'm Enra Silver. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.